Hey guys, welcome back. It's nighttime on day 18 of sobriety from drugs and alcohol. Thank you for following along at home. I don't know how many views this video is going to get. I don't know how many views day 8 is going to get because I haven't released it yet. I've got day 8, I've got day 9, I've got day 11, day 12, 13, 14, I think I've got 16, 17 and 18. And I'm trying to release them every 48 hours. I'm thinking, fuck, maybe I made a mistake. But that's the way that my brain, as far as content creation on YouTube, doesn't matter what channel you're talking about, works. I work better if I know I've got a few videos in the bank. Then I can, it makes me content. And it removes the anxiety that comes with shooting a video on a day and then publishing it on the same day. I have time to decide whether that video that I've shot a week and a half ago actually makes it to YouTube. And, 9 times out of 10 it does. But in some cases, I do regret saying certain things. I do, think that this video is just not worth making it to YouTube, and then I don't end up releasing it. So that's the way that I'm doing things at the moment. I've certainly got quite a number of videos to come, and so this video, I would assume, is probably going to come out about halfway through May. At the moment, it is the 1st of May, it's a Thursday, and first and foremost, I want to make mention of how I was feeling last night. I feel like I was under fatigue. I feel like I was under frustration due to not being able to sleep. And I feel like I was just dealing with some overwhelm from work, from my new job. Feeling like, it's never going to make sense and looking for a way out. But I woke up this morning. My dreams were intense and they were extremely long. And when you've got a really, really long extended dream and you wake up from it, you know that you've been asleep for a fair few hours. And I had been. I feel like I probably fell asleep at about 12:30 and I woke up at 3:30 after having just this. I'm not going to get into it, but put it this way: I was glad it was a dream. Woke up from that, went to the toilet, went back to bed, and fell asleep pretty much instantly. And I didn't want to get up for work this morning. I definitely could have had another 2.5 hours sleep, but I got up at 7. Sleep was good once it came, and I feel like that's the issue at the moment. It's getting to sleep, but I am fatigued because I am pushing my body to the limit as far as being in a caloric deficit and training, so burning calories as well. I feel like most days I'm in a deficit of 1,000 calories, if not a little bit more. And I'm going to continue doing that until the wheels fall off, because I want to get rid of my belly fat, I want to get rid of my love handles, and I want to look and feel lean and mean for the rest of my life. And as the old saying goes, abs are made in the kitchen, and they most certainly are. I could be doing all the training in the world. I could be running a marathon every day, but if I'm eating 10,000 calories a day, I'm not going to lose weight. So at the moment, it's strength training and cardiovascular exercise, as well as a caloric deficit, and I am just, like I said, just going to continue this for as long as I can. My mood was better today. I'm not looking for a way out anymore. I am committing once again to my job. I will have a look on Seek to see what other jobs are out there, because I'm still trusting my gut. It's not the ideal job, and if I can find something better, I will, and I'll change. So I'll have a good look on the weekend. But walking out of work today, I certainly didn't feel as defeated as I did yesterday, and I feel like that's just a mood thing, mood instability, which is something I've always struggled with, and something that I'm hoping levels out through removing alcohol and drugs. Either way, today's video was just to, discuss yesterday's one and the fact that I'm not feeling as bad or as frustrated or as moody. It's a decent hour, it's 7:30, and I've trained legs today, which is something that I didn't want to do, but I did anyway, and I walked out of the gym feeling a hell of a lot better than I did walking in. And that's the way that my days are going at the moment. I get to work in a relatively good mood. 2 or 3 hours through, I'm sort of watching the clock and I'm over it. But I get to the end of the day, leave at 4, get to the gym, get in there by 4:20, 4:30, leave the gym at 6:30 or thereabouts, and get home at like 7. But today I went to the supermarket because I've pretty much eaten myself out of house and home. And so what we have here, folks, is my latest grocery haul. And I'm going to go through it with you. But what I would really love is just a bit of a thumbnail, because you've got to think ahead for these things. So why don't we go like this?
Next minute.
Geez, I don't know if that's going to be the thumbnail or not, but there have been a couple of people that have asked in the comment section to show you my meals or show you what I'm eating. After cooking, I'm so hungry at the moment that I just want to eat it, and I haven't bothered to make videos around cooking and how I cook and what have you. But have a look at all these ingredients and think of some meals that you'd like to make yourselves, because I've got everything here for a 90-to-10 ratio paleo / primal diet, and it's working for me. And every single bit of food here I'm going to eat. That's the thing, there's no wastage, and every single bit of food here is healthy except for that 10%, and I need that 10% because it's either I have a little treat every day, or I go and blow out on the weekend with a 4,000 calorie cheat meal. And whilst I can still maintain this discipline, I'm going to try and just have a treat every night. And it's amazing when you remove alcohol and weed, when I'm not under the influence of a substance, I taste things and I think about things, and I'm not mindlessly eating, because when I'm when I'm drunk or when I'm stoned, I mindlessly eat. And what that looks like is, for example, having a bunch of these are little lemon slices, little squares. Each one has 162 calories. And before I know it, I would have eaten the first, not even tasted it, and be on to the second. 2 bites and it's gone. Whereas now, I'm grabbing one of those, I'm putting it on a plate, I'm getting a fork, and I'm just picking at it and enjoying it and savoring it. And that's what we should be doing with food. Chew, chew, chew. I used to look after a client who he had Prader-Willi syndrome, which meant he couldn't stop eating. We had to have a lock on the fridge and freezer. And when he was eating, we'd try and help him to count out his chews before he swallows, which never worked, but it was like at least 10, if not 20 chews before you swallow. Please. I had a lot of fun with that guy. I had a lot of fun. I spent 7 years in the disability industry, and I worked with the same 4 clients the entire time. So you can imagine, the fun we had. But in the end, we had to have a lock on the fridge and freezer, or else he just, there was one time I remember we had a bag of oranges, and I think we got gifted them. We got donated them from somewhere, and someone left them on top of the fridge, and we were just chilling in the lounge room, and lo and behold, when it gets quiet, something's up. And eventually we did go and check, and I think he'd gotten through within about 30 minutes, 25 oranges. He'd eaten 25 oranges, and he was sick. He was throwing up. He had explosive diarrhea for the next 2 days straight, but You know, that's I mean, it was, yeah, oranges are great. I've got mandarins, would you believe? But yeah, that was a previous lifetime. I worked administration prior to that. I did 7 years in the disability industry, worked my way up in that field, got burnt out, and then went back to administration, and that's where I'm at the moment. But, all right, so I'm going to run through this. Okay, so I've kind of grouped it in, well... Oh, that could have been disastrous. Oh. The seasoning may have cracked, but the glass didn't. Thank God for that. All right. I may as well put this stuff away at the same time. So we'll open up the freezer. And we'll open up the fridge. And as you can see, it's looking pretty bare. It's looking pretty bare. Now this is some overnight oats that I made with peanut butter and blueberries. And that has about 200 grams of carbs, and I was going to eat it if and when I felt the need, but I haven't yet. And that's just me being totally and utterly disciplined on this, you know, calorie restricted diet. But either way, we start with the protein sources. We've got chicken breast, which that's going to go in the freezer. We've got pork loin chops. They can go in the freezer. We've got hokey fillets, they can go in the freezer with the salmon. We've got 100% chicken breast mince, which is, you know, it's breast. It's basically, well, it's that minced up, of course. So I'm gonna use those first. I'm gonna put those in the fridge. What else we got? We got 3 tins of tuna. Just your average everyday skipjack tuna. It's pretty cheap, but the last couple of days when I've been really, really low on protein sources, they've come in handy. And these are a ready-made meal that I'm a big fan of. It's lemon pepper chicken. Oh, that's going to get annoying. That's going to get really annoying. Lemon pepper chicken with pea mash and carrots. 352 calories, 32 grams of protein, 23 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of fat. And that's what it looks like. And it comes out perfect every time. So I got 3 of them. And we shall put those in the freezer. I'm going to take one of those to work every day. It's going to be a great option. Beverages. We've got this Diet Right cordial, which I've mentioned on the channel before. It's a fantastic option. You don't need much at all. They say 1 part cordial to 9 parts water, but I'm pretty much 1 part cordial to maybe 12 or 13 parts water. And this entire thing, as you can imagine, lasts forever. It makes drinking water more palatable, and especially when at the moment hydration is huge, I like to mix this with my water. And we've got 40 serves, 25 calories, 25 kilojoules. So that's 1,000 kilojoules for this entire thing, which is around about 240 calories. So, you know, whether it's sugar-free soda or low-calorie cordial, those are my options as far as drinks. Now, where do we go next? Fruit. Okay, we've got mandarins. We've got kiwi fruit. Granny Smith apples. Raspberries. I treated myself again. And that looks to be all the fruit. As far as salad greens, you saw me make a salad a couple of nights ago, so I've got another bag of these. Spinach leaves, we've got a whole bunch of tomatoes. We've got 2 cucumbers. We have another bag of onions. I'm almost through that bag, so I've got another one. Onions are good. I've been enjoying cutting them in half and roasting them in the oven. and having them with a protein source and some sort of green vegetable, such as broccolini, which we will place in there. I've gone for some frozen vegetables, just in case I run out of fresh cauliflower and broccoli. You can stir fry those with some chili flakes, sesame seeds and soy sauce, and they come out absolutely beautiful. We've got some hummus, which I wouldn't say it's paleo. It's going to have some added, ingredients in there. Probably some preservatives and what have you, but I love it. And it goes great with any protein sauce. Any protein sauce of your choice goes great with it. We've got some chickpeas, which I'm going to probably toss in either a salad or some sort of stir fry. Chickpea, broccoli, chili flakes, soy sauce, and sesame seeds, as well as salt and pepper and all the rest of it. Maybe some onions as well. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Got some pickles. Can't go wrong with those. They're really low in calorie and really tasty. Same with mustard. I'll only have a little bit of this, but this whole thing is 200 calories, this entire thing. This will last me for ages. So I'm all about taste at the moment. And those two things, if you're a fan of either, you'll know that they bring a whole lot of taste for hardly any calories. And on the topic of taste, we've got 2 new seasonings that I will add to the cupboard. We've got this one, which is interesting. I've never had it before, but I'm sure it's good. Moroccan seasoning, it's always a favourite. When I cook the chicken mince, I'm going to try each of these. So each one is good for about 500 grams of meat, and I've got 2 lots of 500 grams. So excuse me. So yeah, seasonings, sauces, vinegar, salt and pepper, or seasonings and sauces and condiments are hugely important, especially at the moment. And I'm not gonna scrimp and save on them. I'm gonna spend the money because it's worth it, and it's keeping me on target. That's the last time you'll hear that. Extra virgin olive oil. I ran out. I've got the spray this time, so I don't use too much. And we've got some treats. Oh no, sorry, butter. We've got the butter, bit of butter. I ran out of butter. As you can see, this is all I've got left. And so I've got some more. So that leaves us with our treats. Now this is not a sugary treat, but it is quite high in carbs, but it's high in protein as well, and it's going to be a good option for me to take to work. That goes in the freezer. These. Last time it was caramel slice, this time it's lemon slice. I needed something different. I got sick of the caramel slice actually. It wasn't that good. I've had caramel slices far better than what they were, but lemon slice is good. The icing's alright, but what I really want is that biscuity base. It's like a cheesecake. Absolutely beautiful. And last but not least, we've got mini almond ice creams, which I believe I should be able to just stick to having one at a time. And then we've got some white chocolate magnum, white chocolate magnums, and these are well, for any white chocolate fan. I don't know if you've got magnums around the world, in the northern hemisphere, across the pond over in America, or what have you, but we certainly do down here in New Zealand and Australia. They've always been a favourite of mine, and they are 250 calories each. So another decent option. It's not going to break the bank of calories. And they are up there. So fully stocked freezer, lots of protein, vegetables and frozen fruit. Some treats over here. A fully stocked fridge. Tasty. Can be tasty. Definitely tasty. Fruit. Low carbohydrate, low sugar, low calorie drinks, and then a whole bunch of fruit and vegetables that is going to last me for a fair few days. So, that, my friends, is my latest and greatest grocery haul. And for those who were wondering what I buy and how much it costs, that's what I bought, and it cost me $190. So, there's certain things there that are going to get eaten instantly, and there are certain things that are going to last for a week or two or three. So it is what it is. The way that I see it at the moment, $190 for 4, 5, 6 days worth of groceries, instead of $190 on 3, if I'm lucky, litre bottles of whiskey. I mean, it's an absolute no-brainer, and it just makes me, it makes me really, really happy to do that. And normally I'd be drunk going to the supermarket. I don't think I'd been to the supermarket prior to the start of this video series without having at least 5, if not 10, if not 15 drinks under my belt. And it made it fun, but I made the wrong decisions. And I've got to be honest, walking through the supermarket before it was pretty fun. And every time I put something healthy and on diet in my trolley, it made me feel even better. And the only bad thing, the only negative about that entire trip was the fact that there was someone at the front trying to get my attention as I walked in. I'm not about that. Thankfully, we didn't make eye contact. One of those, salespeople trying to get my hard-earned dollars for a charity. And yes, maybe if I was a little richer, then I could donate, but not tonight. So I managed to get through into the shop without any eye contact. We made eye contact on the way out, but I had a trolley full of stuff and he sort of let me go. So I didn't have to speak at all, which was a relief. I just wanted to get home. I trained legs. I wanted some food. I'm absolutely starving at the moment. And, just to think how many choices I have. It's great. It's a fantastic feeling. I recommend it, guys. I recommend it. And for me to be on this strict diet after not being able to commit to something like that for so many months and months and months, the catalyst for me was not removing alcohol, it was not removing weed, it was getting through day one. And anything that I'm trying to do, anything I'm trying to stick to, any addiction I'm trying to quit, any new habit that I'm trying to form, it's about getting through day one, which is always the hardest. It's so hard. But for me, waking up that next day, knowing that I've actually stuck to something, whatever it may be, just fills me with such a sense of pride. And then it's like, well, I can't go back now. And I assume that a lot of people out there would feel the same, but it's just so hard to get through day one when you're trying to kick something or trying to start something. It's so fucking hard. But if you can get through day one, if you can get to bed without consuming something or with, I'm rambling at the moment because I'm happy. I'm a hell of a lot more happy than I was last night. I don't know what that was about. I'm not going to quit my job. I don't feel like I have to. I feel like today was a turning point. I mean, speak to me next week. It's probably because Friday's tomorrow. Either way, I'm feeling a little manic at the moment, but it's because I'm making a video and I really enjoy making these videos, and I'm super hungry and I've got so much food there that I'm not going to scoff, but I'm certainly going to treat myself. I'm going to have a feast. I'm going to have a feast. Protein, vegetables, fruit, and a treat to finish. Night, guys.